August is one of the most underrated months in the gardening calendar, yet it offers one of the biggest opportunities for an abundant harvest. While many gardeners believe the season is coming to an end, experienced growers know that late summer is the perfect time to plant a wide variety of vegetables that thrive in cooling temperatures. The soil is still warm from months of sunshine, helping seeds germinate quickly, while the gradually cooler days and nights create ideal growing conditions for many delicious crops. By planting the right vegetables now, you can enjoy fresh harvests throughout autumn and, in some regions, even into winter. In today's video, we're counting down 15 vegetables you should plant in August, ASAP, if you want to maximize your garden's productivity. Whether you're working with a large backyard, a few raised beds, or even containers on a patio, these vegetables are easy to grow and can reward you with an impressive harvest before the season ends. Some mature in just a few weeks, while others become sweeter and more flavorful after the first light frost. Be sure to watch until the end, because the final vegetable on this list is one of the easiest and most productive crops you can grow, making it perfect for both beginners and experienced gardeners alike. But before we begin, if you love practical gardening tips, seasonal planting guides, and simple ways to grow more food at home, you're in the right place. Welcome to Fresh Homegrown Harvest, where we're passionate about helping you build a thriving, productive garden, no matter your experience level. If you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments which vegetables you're planting this August. Your ideas and experiences may inspire fellow gardeners from around the world. Now, let's dive into the countdown and discover the 15 vegetables you should be planting right now before the opportunity slips away. Let's begin with one of the fastest-growing vegetables you can plant in August, radishes. If you're looking for quick results, this crop is hard to beat. Many radish varieties are ready to harvest in as little as 25 to 30 days, making them perfect for gardeners who want fresh produce before the weather turns cold. August's warm soil encourages rapid germination, while the cooler days ahead help develop crisp, juicy roots with a milder flavor than those grown during the heat of summer. Instead of becoming woody or overly spicy, fall-grown radishes are often sweeter, crunchier, and more enjoyable to eat. Growing radishes couldn't be much easier. Simply sow the seeds directly into loose, well-drained soil about half an inch deep, spacing them 1 to 2 inches apart. Since radishes dislike being transplanted, it's best to plant them exactly where you want them to grow. Keep the soil consistently moist during germination, and you'll likely see tiny green sprouts pushing through the surface within just a few days. As they grow, thin, overcrowded seedlings to give each root enough room to develop properly. A little extra space now will reward you with larger, healthier radishes later. One of the greatest advantages of radishes is that they allow you to practice succession planting. Instead of sowing all your seeds at once, plant a small row every 7 to 10 days throughout August and early September. This simple technique provides a continuous supply of fresh radishes rather than one large harvest all at once. It's a strategy experienced gardeners use to keep their kitchens stocked with fresh vegetables for weeks. Just remember not to leave mature radishes sitting in the ground too long. Once they reach harvest size, pull them promptly. Waiting too long often causes the roots to become tough, hollow, or overly peppery. Fortunately, because they grow so quickly, you'll have plenty of opportunities to plant another round before the growing season comes to an end. Number 14. Spinach. Spinach is another excellent vegetable that truly shines when planted in August. If you've struggled to grow spinach during spring because it bolted as soon as temperatures rose, you'll likely have much better luck with a late summer planting. Warm soil speeds up seed germination, while the cooler days that follow encourage lush, leafy growth instead of flower production. The result is tender, flavorful spinach that's perfect for salads, smoothies, soups, and countless home-cooked meals. Choose a planting location that receives several hours of sunlight each day, but if your August afternoons are still extremely hot, providing a little temporary shade can help young seedlings become established more successfully. Work compost into the soil before planting to improve fertility and moisture retention. Then sow the seeds about half an inch deep. Keep the soil evenly moist throughout germination, as spinach performs best when it never dries out completely. As the plants mature, begin harvesting the outer leaves first while allowing the center of each plant to continue growing. This cut-and-come-again harvesting method encourages fresh leaves to develop continuously, giving you multiple harvests from a single planting. Rather than removing the whole plant at once, you can enjoy fresh spinach for weeks with just a little patience. One of the reasons gardeners love growing spinach in the fall is its incredible cold tolerance. Light frosts rarely harm mature plants. In fact, exposure to cooler temperatures often improves the flavor by reducing bitterness and increasing the leaves' natural sweetness. It's one of those vegetables that seems to reward gardeners simply for waiting a little longer. Number 13. Lettuce. Lettuce is another cool season favorite that deserves a place in every August garden. During the peak of summer, lettuce often struggles with intense heat, quickly becoming bitter before sending up flower stalks. But once late summer arrives, conditions improve dramatically. Cooler nights slow down bolting and allow lettuce to produce crisp, tender leaves packed with fresh flavor. Whether you enjoy romaine, butterhead, loose leaf, oak leaf, or colorful gourmet blends, August offers an excellent opportunity to grow them all. Sow the seeds shallowly in fertile, well-drained soil and water gently to keep the seedbed consistently moist. In especially warm regions, using a shade cloth during the hottest part of the afternoon can improve germination and reduce stress on young seedlings. As your lettuce grows, resist the temptation to harvest everything at once. Instead, remove the larger outer leaves while allowing the inner leaves to continue developing. This simple harvesting method extends your growing season and provides a steady supply of fresh greens for salads and sandwiches well into autumn. Lettuce also performs exceptionally well in containers, making it an ideal choice for gardeners with limited space. Even a small balcony or patio can produce an impressive harvest when planted with several varieties. With minimal effort, you'll enjoy fresh, homegrown lettuce that's far superior in taste and texture to most store-bought options. Number 12. Carrots. Carrots are one of those vegetables that seem almost made for late summer planting. While the warm August soil helps the tiny seeds germinate more quickly, the cooler temperatures that follow encourage the roots to develop slowly, producing sweeter, crisper carrots than many spring plantings. In fact, many experienced gardeners intentionally grow carrots for fall because the flavor improves dramatically as the weather cools. If you've never tasted a carrot harvested after a light frost, you're in for a real treat. The cold encourages the roots to convert stored starches into natural sugars, giving them an incredibly sweet, rich flavor. Before planting, take a little extra time to prepare your soil. Carrots thrive in loose, stone-free soil that allows their roots to grow straight without obstruction. Remove rocks, sticks, and clumps of hard soil, then work in compost to improve texture and drainage. Sow the seeds about a quarter-inch deep in shallow rows and water gently to avoid washing them away. Since carrot seeds are tiny, it's easy to sow them too closely together. But don't worry, you can thin the seedlings later as they begin to grow. One challenge with carrots is patience. Unlike radishes, carrot seeds can take up to 2 weeks to germinate, especially if the soil dries out. Keep the seedbed consistently moist during this period and resist the urge to disturb the soil while waiting. Once the seedlings are a few inches tall, thin them so each plant has enough room to develop a healthy root. Although thinning may feel wasteful, overcrowded carrots rarely reach their full potential. Harvest your carrots when they reach the size you prefer, but don't rush. Leaving them in the ground during cool autumn weather often results in better flavor and texture. As long as the soil hasn't frozen solid, carrots can remain in the garden for weeks, allowing you to harvest fresh vegetables exactly when you need them. It's like having your own natural refrigerator right beneath the soil. Number 11. Beets. Beets are one of the most rewarding vegetables you can plant in August because they offer 2 harvests from a single crop. Not only do you get delicious, nutrient-rich roots, but the leafy green tops are also completely edible and packed with vitamins. Whether roasted, pickled, steamed, or added to fresh salads, beets are incredibly versatile and deserve a place in every late-season garden. Plant beet seeds directly into fertile, well-drained soil about half an inch deep, spacing them a few inches apart. One interesting fact about beet seeds is that each seed cluster often produces several seedlings instead of just one. This means you'll almost certainly need to thin the young plants after they emerge. Fortunately, those tender thinnings don't have to go to waste. They make excellent additions to salads, sandwiches, and stir-fries, providing an early harvest while the remaining plants continue growing. Consistent watering is especially important while beetroots are developing. Uneven moisture can sometimes lead to cracked or woody roots, so try to keep the soil evenly damp without allowing it to become waterlogged. Applying a layer of mulch around the plants can help conserve moisture, regulate soil temperature, and reduce weed competition throughout the growing season. As autumn approaches, you'll notice the roots becoming sweeter and more flavorful. Like carrots, beets respond well to cooler temperatures, making fall one of the best times to enjoy them. Harvest smaller roots if you prefer a tender texture, or leave them a little longer for larger beets that are perfect for roasting. Either way, August planting often produces some of the finest beets you'll ever grow. Number 10. Kale. If there were ever a vegetable that thrives in cool weather, it's kale. This incredibly hardy leafy green actually improves in both flavor and texture after the first frost, making August the perfect time to establish healthy plants before autumn arrives. Many gardeners are surprised by how productive kale can be, often continuing to produce fresh leaves long after other vegetables have stopped growing. Choose a sunny location with fertile, well-drained soil and sow seeds directly into the garden or transplant young seedlings if you want an earlier harvest. Keep the soil consistently moist during establishment and apply compost or a balanced organic fertilizer to encourage vigorous leaf production. Once the plants become established, kale is remarkably resilient and requires very little maintenance beyond regular watering during dry periods. As temperatures begin to drop, kale undergoes an amazing transformation. The cold weather reduces bitterness and enhances its natural sweetness, creating leaves that are tender, flavorful, and perfect for salads, soups, smoothies, or sautéed side dishes. It's no wonder kale has earned its reputation as one of the most dependable vegetables for fall gardens. Number 9. Swiss chard. Swiss chard is one of the most colorful and productive vegetables you can plant in August. With its vibrant stems in shades of red, yellow, orange, and pink, it brings beauty to the garden while supplying an almost endless harvest of nutritious leaves. Better yet, Swiss chard handles fluctuating temperatures with ease, making it an excellent choice for late summer planting. It grows quickly in warm soil and continues producing well into autumn, often surviving light frosts that would damage more delicate vegetables. Plant Swiss chard seeds about ½ inch deep in fertile, well-drained soil that has been enriched with compost. Space the plants at least 8 to 10 inches apart so they have plenty of room to develop large, healthy leaves. Water consistently during dry periods, especially while the plants are becoming established. Once mature, Swiss chard develops deep roots that help it tolerate short periods of drought better than many other leafy greens. One of the reasons gardeners love Swiss chard is its incredible productivity. Instead of harvesting the entire plant, simply remove the outer leaves as they reach full size, leaving the younger leaves in the center untouched. This allows the plant to keep producing fresh foliage week after week. A few healthy plants can provide enough greens for an entire family throughout much of the fall season. Whether you sauté it with garlic, add it to soups, blend it into smoothies, or use the young leaves fresh in salads, Swiss chard is one of the most versatile vegetables in the garden. Its combination of beauty, nutrition, and productivity makes it an easy addition to any August planting schedule. Number 8. Turnips. Turnips are often overlooked, but they deserve much more attention from home gardeners. They grow quickly, tolerate cool weather exceptionally well, and provide 2 delicious harvests from a single crop. The tender roots can be roasted, mashed, or added to stews, while the leafy tops are packed with nutrients and can be cooked just like spinach or collard greens. Plant turnip seeds directly into loose, fertile soil about ½ an inch deep. Since they germinate rapidly in warm August soil, you'll often see seedlings emerge within a week. Thin the young plants to allow enough room for healthy root development and keep the soil evenly moist to encourage fast, steady growth. One of the greatest advantages of growing turnips in late summer is the improved flavor. Cooler temperatures reduce the sharpness often associated with spring-grown turnips, resulting in sweeter, tender roots. If you're harvesting for baby turnips, they can be ready in as little as 5 to 6 weeks, making them one of the quickest root crops you can grow for fall. Don't overlook the greens either. Many gardeners harvest a few leaves from each plant throughout the growing season without affecting root development. These nutritious greens are excellent steamed, sautéed, or added to soups, giving you an early harvest while the roots continue to mature below ground. Number 7. Bok choy. Bok choy, also known as pak choy, is another vegetable that absolutely loves the cooler conditions that follow August's planting. Unlike summer-grown bok choy, which often bolts in hot weather, fall plantings produce crisp stems and tender leaves that are full of flavor. It's one of the fastest-growing Asian greens and is perfect for gardeners who enjoy stir-fries, soups, and fresh salads. Choose a location with rich, fertile soil and sow the seeds directly where they will grow. Keep the soil consistently moist, especially during germination, and thin the seedlings to provide good airflow between plants. Because bok choy grows rapidly, regular watering helps maintain its crisp texture and prevents the plants from becoming stressed. Most varieties are ready to harvest within 30 to 45 days, making bok choy one of the quickest vegetables on this list. You can harvest the entire plant at once or remove individual outer leaves as needed while allowing the center to continue growing. This flexibility makes it a valuable crop for gardeners who prefer harvesting fresh vegetables over an extended period. As the days grow shorter and temperatures cool, bok choy develops a wonderfully mild, slightly sweet flavor that pairs beautifully with countless dishes. Whether you're growing it for traditional Asian recipes or simply looking for another nutritious leafy green, it's a fantastic addition to the late-season garden. Number 6. Green onions. Green onions, also called scallions, are among the easiest vegetables anyone can grow, making them perfect for beginners and experienced gardeners alike. August provides ideal conditions for fast establishment, allowing you to enjoy fresh harvests throughout autumn. Because they require very little space, they're also an excellent choice for raised beds, containers, and even window boxes. Sow the seeds in shallow rows or plant onion sets if you want even faster results. Keep the soil consistently moist until the seedlings become established and apply a light layer of compost to provide steady nutrients throughout the growing season. Since green onions have relatively shallow roots, regular watering helps maintain healthy, tender growth. One of the best things about green onions is how they're harvested. You can pull entire plants as needed or simply trim the green tops while leaving the white bulbs in the ground. In many cases, the plants will continue producing fresh leaves, giving you multiple harvests from the same planting. Fresh green onions add incredible flavor to salads, baked potatoes, soups, eggs, stir-fries, and countless other dishes. Having them growing just out your door means you'll always have a fresh garnish available whenever you're cooking. For such a simple crop, they deliver tremendous value throughout the season. Number 5. Peas. Many gardeners associate peas with early spring, but a late summer planting can be just as rewarding in regions with a long enough growing season. As August gives way to cooler temperatures, peas thrive, climbing vigorously and producing sweet, tender pods that are often even more flavorful than spring harvests. The cooler weather allows the plants to focus their energy on flowering and pod production instead of struggling through intense summer heat. Before planting, choose a variety that matures quickly so it has plenty of time to produce before hard frosts arrive. Soak the seeds in water for several hours before sowing to speed up germination. Then plant them about an inch deep in fertile, well-drained soil. Since peas are natural climbers, provide a trellis, netting, or other support at planting time. This keeps the vines off the ground, improves air circulation, and makes harvesting much easier. Water consistently while the plants are flowering and setting pods, but avoid soaking the soil, as overly wet conditions can lead to disease. Once the vines begin producing, harvest the pods frequently. Regular picking encourages the plants to continue flowering and producing more peas instead of slowing down for the season. There's nothing quite like eating peas straight from the garden. Their natural sweetness is unmatched, and they're delicious fresh, lightly steamed, or added to soups, pasta dishes, and stir-fries. If your climate allows for a fall pea crop, August is the perfect time to get them started. Number 4. Arugula. If you're looking for a leafy green that grows quickly and adds bold flavor to your meals, arugula deserves a spot in your August garden. This fast-growing vegetable germinates rapidly in warm soil, and as temperatures cool, its leaves develop a pleasant peppery flavor that isn't as strong or bitter as during the heat of summer. Many gardeners can begin harvesting baby leaves in as little as 3 weeks. Plant arugula seeds directly into loose, fertile soil, covering them lightly with soil and watering gently. The seeds germinate quickly, often within a week, and the young plants require very little maintenance beyond regular watering. If your area is still experiencing very hot afternoons, providing temporary shade for the first week or two can help young seedlings establish more successfully. Arugula is another excellent candidate for succession planting. By sowing a small batch of seeds every 10 to 14 days, you'll enjoy a continuous supply of fresh leaves throughout the fall. Harvest the outer leaves first and allow the center of the plant to continue producing new growth. This simple method extends your harvest significantly. Whether tossed into salads, layered on sandwiches, sprinkled over homemade pizza, or blended into pesto, arugula adds a fresh, peppery kick that's hard to replicate with other greens. Its rapid growth and exceptional flavor make it one of the easiest vegetables to enjoy before the growing season comes to an end. Number 3. Broccoli. Broccoli is one of the best vegetables for a fall garden because it actually performs better in cool weather than it does during the heat of summer. August planting allows the plants to establish while the soil is still warm, then mature as temperatures gradually decline. This often results in larger heads, tighter florets, and a sweeter flavor compared to spring-grown broccoli. If your growing season is shorter, starting with healthy nursery transplants may be the best option. In warmer regions, however, you can often sow seeds directly into the garden. Choose a location that receives at least 6 hours of sunlight each day and enrich the soil with compost before planting. Broccoli is a heavy feeder, so fertile soil is essential for producing large, healthy heads. Keep the soil consistently moist throughout the growing season and mulch around the plants to help conserve moisture and regulate soil temperature. As the central head begins to mature, monitor it closely and harvest before the flower buds begin to open. A perfectly timed harvest produces the best texture and flavor. Here's a bonus that many gardeners don't realize. After harvesting the main head, many broccoli varieties continue producing smaller side shoots for several weeks. These secondary harvests can significantly extend your production, making broccoli one of the most rewarding vegetables in the late-season garden. Number 2. Cabbage. Cabbage is another cool season superstar that thrives when planted in August. Unlike spring cabbage, which can sometimes struggle with rising temperatures, fall cabbage develops slowly in cool weather, producing dense, crisp heads with outstanding flavor. It's one of the most satisfying vegetables to harvest because watching those tight, heavy heads develop over time is incredibly rewarding. Plant cabbage in rich, fertile soil with plenty of organic matter, spacing each plant far enough apart to allow the heads to expand fully. Consistent watering is important throughout the growing season, especially while the heads are forming. Uneven moisture can sometimes cause heads to split, so maintaining steady soil moisture is key to producing high-quality cabbage. As the weather cools, cabbage becomes noticeably sweeter and tender. Many varieties can tolerate light frosts without any problems, and some gardeners intentionally leave mature heads in the garden until after the first frost to enhance their flavor even further. Fresh, homegrown cabbage is incredibly versatile in the kitchen. It's perfect for coleslaw, soups, stir-fries, stuffed cabbage rolls, sauerkraut, and countless other recipes. With proper care, a single cabbage plant produces an impressive harvest that's well worth the space it occupies. Number 1. Garlic. Taking the number 1 spot is garlic, one of the easiest and most rewarding crops you can plant toward the end of the growing season. While garlic won't be harvested this autumn, August is the ideal time to prepare for planting in many regions, especially as late summer transitions into early fall. By planning ahead now, you'll set yourself up for one of the most satisfying harvests next year. Instead of planting seeds, garlic is grown from individual cloves. Choose large, healthy bulbs, separate them into cloves just before planting, and place each clove pointed side up, about 2 inches deep in loose, fertile soil. Space them several inches apart so each bulb has room to develop. Once planted, apply a generous layer of mulch to help regulate soil temperature, retain moisture, and suppress weeds during the colder months. Throughout autumn, the cloves will begin developing roots before winter dormancy. When spring arrives, they'll burst back into growth, producing strong green shoots that eventually develop into large, flavorful bulbs. This long growing period is exactly what gives garlic its rich taste and impressive size. Few crops require so little maintenance while providing such a valuable harvest. Homegrown garlic stores well for months, tastes far fresher than many supermarket bulbs, and can even be replanted year after year, making it one of the most economical vegetables any gardener can grow. As you've seen, August isn't the end of the gardening season. It's the beginning of an exciting new chapter. By planting these 15 vegetables now, you can fill your garden with fresh greens, crisp roots, and flavorful harvests that continue well into autumn and, in some cases, even beyond. With warm soil encouraging fast germination and cooler temperatures improving flavor, late summer planting offers some of the best growing conditions of the entire year. Whether you're growing in raised beds, traditional garden rows, containers, or small backyard plots, there's still plenty of time to make the most of your space. Every seed you plant today is an investment in weeks or even months of fresh, homegrown food. Don't let this valuable growing window pass you by. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Fresh Homegrown Harvest, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest gardening tips, seasonal planting guides, and practical growing advice. We'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these vegetables are you planting this August? And are there any favorites we didn't include? Thanks for watching, and as always, happy gardening! We'll see you in the next video.